Next up, we have Hiver by Amaryllis from the Fluidified channel, featured in Geometry Dash is my understanding. Once again, everybody, this is a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here is to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what is happening here, musically. So, if you like the sound of that, make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you're going to use, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member. Once again, everybody, make sure you join the Discord server, the gaming channel, how to request songs if you're not on the live stream. I have a spiel for this and a bunch of other things at the end of the video, so stick around for that. Disclaimers showing on your screen right now, so go ahead and pause the video if you want to read them in full. Otherwise, please be patient with me. I am acoustic and guitarded, so please keep that in mind. With that, let's do this. Hiver. Let's go. Fluidified. Okay. Okay, so I just wanted to wait for this to play twice. First, we have, of course, a very distant-sounding piano playing some chords, but in those chords, the highest notes are giving us our initial melody, which I believe contains our initial motif. Motif being the smallest version of your musical idea, the seed, the essence from which everything else comes from. We then have, of course, some ambience synths giving us that very nice bass. We're having some of them doing what is called arpeggios. Arpeggio, of course, arpeggio when you play a chord one note at a time. So for example, here is C minor, and here it is arpeggiated, right? So yeah, we're having that, and then immediately we also get the second repetition of the melody, but this time in using what is called an inversion. So inversion in melody, at least, is when you take something and you flip it upside down. So in this case, our first melody, our first version of the melody was taking the melody downwards, right? Kind of thing, and then the second one would be to flip it upside down and play it the other way around. Kind of thing. So we're doing an inversion, we're playing a different set of chords. Let's see where this goes. Really cool textures there with the synths. Chopping the audio. Bringing in the drums. The pianos that play there. And there we go, very high up, we're having a slower synth giving us now an elongated version of the motif. So elongation is when you slow down an individual component. Let me just push this a little bit over here. There we go. When you push down, when you slow down an individual component, in this case, we took that melody, that initial melody that was pretty spaced out, that was two fairly quick iterations of the melody. Now we are taking it together, and we're just taking that upper note and doing a slower version of the whole thing, engaging in elongation. Very nice. Let's see where this goes. Oh, there's the motif. So we have an iteration of the actual original motif. Nice. There we go. We bring in the next drums. Nice. We're flying in space with this one. It really feels like it. Like, the sound design here is really good. Like, when it comes to electronic music, unlike other genres where you have to focus on your melodies and your chords and your rhythm and everything, electronic music, the most crucial element, I would say, in electronic music is your sound design. Like, after that, you'd need to have everything else pretty well ironed back. But if you don't have a good sound design, everything else crumbles. Juicy, welcome back. How you doing? Yeah, this is the last song of the day. Yeah, let's see where this goes. So there we go. The motif being played. We have this really cool drums happening over here. Ooh, and the drums engaging in some very interesting rhythms over here, engaging in what is called syncopation. The bass drum over here giving us some very uneven rhythms within the overall rhythm that we're having, engaging in syncopation. Syncopation is when you play either against the drums or against your metronome. In one way or another, you're playing against the beat. So you can hear this right now. This is something that is very commonly seen in genres such as lo-fi, where you will have these displacements in the rhythm, rhythmic displacement, you can call it, where you're getting these very tiny adjustments to the rhythm, and it makes it just very weird. More Hollow Knight. After that, we're going to play some Vintage Story today. I want to take it easy. So yes, we're having these very tiny adjustments that makes the drums feel fairly uneven, while at the same time keeping the rhythm, giving us this over here, right? So you can be very uneven, the drums, while everything else, so we have another synth holding some chords down, giving us a very lovely, like, ambience sounds. We're having the piano still playing those motifs back and forth. We're having those higher notes. Let me just hear it more. Oh, we can go back a couple seconds, and off the ramp we go. Off the ramp being a colloquial term that I use. Colloquial, by that I mean there's no official academic definition for this, or at least I'm choosing not to use it for the sake of simplicity. And off the ramp is what I call a type of transition that makes your listener feel suspended up in the air at the mercy of inertia, waiting to see where you land, kind of like going off a ramp. How do you do this? Remove the drums, maybe the bass as well, or as many layers from below as you need to give this sense of suspension. Right now, of course, we remove the drums. We're having only the piano back with the ambience synths. Let's see where this goes. Bit of a shooting star synth over there. Pure texture arpeggios. There we go. We bring back the drums louder than before. Elongated version of the motif. Arpeggios going upwards, very lovely accompaniment. Let's see. Oh, beautifully done. Off the ramp again, and this time a split second. Hydrate, yes. Elongated version. So we're getting the original motif followed by an elongation of it. The drums are insanely loud right now, but not overwhelming. The drums are loud and in your face, but they are not off balance. That's a very interesting thing that has been achieved over here, where the drums are louder than before. They feel louder. They have a lot more presence, but somehow they don't feel unbalanced. That's a difficult thing to achieve. Let's see where this goes. So yeah, we're allowing... And the cool thing about the elongations that we're seeing over here is that it's giving you enough time to just absorb the rest of the accompaniment. Accompaniment, of course, accompaniment being whatever doesn't have the lead, whatever is not the motif, right? Whatever does, or even in many cases you can have it in the motif, is whatever doesn't have the lead, the spotlight. If it doesn't have the spotlight, it's the accompaniment. And the cool thing about it is that it can really change. It can change what's the lead, what's the accompaniment. In this case, of course, the motif is still being played by the same piano. We're just doing a full repetition, and we're adding little by little a few more elements in between. Really cool stuff. Let's see where this goes. You hear that elongated version, inverted motif. More elements up, above. A little bit of counter melodies there, nice. Yeah, pretty much repeating everything. Right now, the biggest carrier of the motion, of the momentum over here is that bass drum. The bass drum over here is so uneven in between where it matters. So we are getting, let me visualize this a little bit, right? So we have, for example, the metronome, right? Let's say we have these 4 beats over here at the metronome, and imagine that these are evenly spaced, right? This is a subgenre of drum and bass, which is liquid drum and bass, the friendliest subgenre of drum and bass for foreign listeners. There you go. So what we're doing right now with the bass drum is that the drums are hitting, the bass drum is hitting with the metronome where it matters, and then we are having this super uneven in between. But when it counts, the bass drum is hitting so that we still get that straightforward structure, which is giving us this really, really cool combination between the uneven and the even. Like, we're getting both certainty and uncertainty at the same time, provided by the same instrument, which is pretty difficult to achieve when it comes to this kind of stuff. Usually you would engage in like a polyrhythm with another instrument, and you would bring in more layers, but this time it's just the bass. I guess this is fairly common in drum and bass. Let's see where this goes. Off the ramp. Little bit of a call and response melody there, with this like broken radio melody in the background. Arpeggios again. Allowing more time now. Arpeggios going down. Beautiful. Now we can actually hear the motif fully. And yes, you can hear a bunch of these other synths coming in and out, and just fading past, kind of like shooting stars, doing what usually are referred to as stingers. Stingers is going to be usually one and done kind of stuff, where it happens once and then it kind of really doesn't happen ever again, or it happens way afterwards, but in the whole section it's like only once kind of thing. And this is what we're getting, because it's very rare that you would see the same shooting star passing the same path twice in the same day kind of thing, right? Like the water in the river is never the same kind of feeling, right? That's kind of the feeling you go for with stingers. So let's see where this goes. So we are having all of these other aspects coming in and out. Is that a saxophone? Sounds like a maybe tenor saxophone? No, violin. Maybe both? Really cool ambience that we're getting over here. And we get a bassoon. We get a bassoon. We put a bassoon in this! Okay, so bassoon is this very wonderful orchestral instrument. It's kind of like the bass of the woodwinds. So it's perfectly possible that we got like maybe an oboe, maybe like a tenor sax? Maybe a tenor saxophone? No, not a tenor saxophone. Maybe like an alto sax? No. Maybe a soprano. A soprano saxophone, which is kind of like a, it kind of looks like an oboe, kind of like a clarinet. It kind of looks like a clarinet, like a metal clarinet. We brought a violin, now we have a bassoon. So we are cycling between the instruments, engaging, oddly enough, in orchestration. So orchestration, or instrumentation, is the art of picking the right instruments for the right sound, the right timbre, and sometimes even the right psychological response. In this case, we are leaning towards the orchestral stuff over here. This is very interesting. Let's see where it goes. Oh. Very lovely. And of course, these instruments are giving us variations. Oh. New rhythm. Oh, there's the drums. They're coming back. Woo! Okay, and we have now a couple of other elements. We have now one more synth high, very, very high up, giving us kind of like a beeping bell. But we have a synth in between, giving us now an actual polyrhythm. So a polyrhythm. So you can hear it right now. The drums are going bah, while the other one is going ba 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 ba. That is giving us a polyrhythm. Polyrhythm is when you have more than one rhythm happening at the same time. These rhythms would usually clash, and that clash is what gives the rhythm the sound good. The easiest and most common polyrhythm is the 3 versus 2 polyrhythm, where you have one part doing 2s, 1 2 1 2, and the other one doing 3s, 1 2 3 1 2 3 together. You have that going on right now to a way more complex degree is what we are seeing. Let's see where this goes. can hear it's very subtle now. It's got drowned a little bit. Okay, it's out now. Oh, really cool. Brief moment off the ramp. And we're basically repeating, bringing back a bunch of the stuff from before. We are engaging now in some recapitulation. We're doing some recapitulation. We are bringing back a good chunk of the materials that we've used before in a very cool way. Let's see where this goes. Alright, we do have an extra melody, giving us a little bit of counter melody up there, high above. Giving us a little bit of call and response as well. So call and response, of course, being a musical conversation. Right now you can hear it between the piano, like, you know, the piano's playing the motif, and then we're having another synth higher up playing when the piano stops, giving us a second melody. Very, very beautiful. This is surprisingly... Like, this is both very intense, but at the same time, it is very much chill. So, it's the harmonic rhythm. I think it's the harmonic rhythm. So, harmonic rhythm, not to get too deep into this subject, harmonic rhythm is how fast or how slow your chords change. And this is something that dictates pace to a more intrinsic feeling. Like, it's not something that you just listen, it's something that you feel. So for example, let me bring you the example that I always give, right? Let's say we have some 4/4 bars, and they are all playing in 4/4, 4/4, basically just 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of thing. Let's do 4 bars of that, and we're gonna have first the chord of C, 2 bars of the chord of C playing whole notes, so there's going to be 1 chord per bar, and then 2 bars of G. Right, so we're going to bring this over here, and we're going to play it. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. If I then just add more changes in the chords in between these, so let's say we go from C instead of to C to D to G to G7 and then back to C, we are speeding up the harmonic rhythm, even though the rhythm itself is going to stay the same. So we go from, we're going to do the first one, then the second one. So first one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Second, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're doing this. We have sped up the harmonic rhythm. We didn't change the rhythm. We just changed the speed at which the chords change. And that makes it feel like the song, like the actual music is moving faster. And what are we doing over here? The motif is 3 very fast chords. Very, very fast chords. The 3 chords are happening in 3 beats. Bum, bum, bum. And then it stays there. The harmonic rhythm immediately slows down for several bars. And then we get another repetition of the motif, speeds back up. Bum, bum, bum. And then it slows down again. So we're getting this very, very, very lovely sense of kind of like breathing, right? So we're getting a long time of slow pace. We increase the pace and then we bring it back down. Then we have another moment. We increase, we bring it back down. We increase, we bring it back down. But we're having a good chunk of time here with that slow harmonic rhythm, which feels, despite the fact that the drums are going really fast, the lack of change in the chords is acting as a balance over here, making the pace feel slow, even though the rest of it is going pretty fast. Let's see where this goes. Nice, Nalo, nice. So let's see, what do we got here? So there you go, it's slowed down, basically doing what we've done before. Off the ramp. With those call and responses now. Oh, very lovely. We have the combination of the slow and the fast. Let's see. Those up and down arpeggios, very lovely, still within the same chords. There you go, so it speeds up, now it slows down immediately. We're getting these very slow chords, even though these chords are not slow. Like, I was playing slower than these with the example that I gave, but because these are so relatively, this piece is relatively fast, and these are relatively so much slower than everything else, we get to feel them like they're really, really slow, giving us this very, very beautiful outro over here. Let's see how this ends, because we got 1 minute left. That is a violin. Violin, absolutely a violin, yeah. Giving us kind of like a solo there, giving us variations. This is the fastest melody we've had in the entire piece. First time around, this was distributed amongst the different instruments, now it's just the violin. There's the bassoon. Or is it a clarinet? No, it's a bassoon. There's a clarinet in the background. Yeah. Another shooting star synth. And... oh, we chop it, interrupting it, and then we let it fade away. We let the energy dissipate. And there you have it. My, what a beautiful piece this was. What a journey this was. That's really nice. There you go. That was Hiver by Amaryllis from the Fluidi Feed channel featured in Geometry Dash, is my understanding. Once again, everybody, this has been a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here has been to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what's happened here musically. So, if you're watching this on the YouTube video archive thing, thank you for watching. Make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member. Once again, everybody, make sure that you join the Discord server. That's right, we have a community Discord server linked in the description. That's where everything gets announced first, whether it is the streams going live, videos going up on the YouTube channels, updates, projects, whatever it is, everything gets announced there first. We also, hang out. We steal memes from other people's servers. That's where we host the Vintage Story server, that kind of stuff. So make sure that you join the community linked in the description. Make sure to also share these videos with your friends, with your families, with your family's friends, with your friends' families. Those are two very distinct concepts, by the way. With your online and offline communities, go share these videos with everybody that you know. Also use the hype function on YouTube. We have a group on the Discord that coordinates for that, so that's another reason right there to join. Linked in the description. Make sure that you join for that. Artists, musicians, Amaryllis, or anybody else out there on YouTube or otherwise, this is an open invitation. If you want any of my musical skills for any of your projects, whether it is my guitars, Mongolian throat singing, the good old ooh, oh, 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 kind of thing, regular singing, voice acting, if you want help figuring out something for a composition, whatever it is, reach out, let me know, let's work together, let's make stuff, right? And if you're in the audience and you know somebody that could benefit, reach out, let them know. Please do not harass anyone, please do not spam anyone, be cool about things, don't be a rat. Members get early access to the content. I schedule the videos for the week on Saturdays, and if you're a paid member on YouTube, regardless of your tier, you get access to the videos when I schedule them, at least for the LFAs. So become a member today. If you want to listen to this without me interrupting every 3.5 seconds, I'll be linking it in the description down below. If you want to request a song and you're not on the live stream, check the pinned comment on this video. It has the instructions on how to request. If you want to catch the streams when they happen live, we aim for Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Central European time, at least at this time, at least. I said at least too many times. We stream live on Twitch, YouTube, and Kick so that you can tune in from whichever platform you prefer. Again, 6 p.m. Central Europe. If you're not in Europe, do not worry. We have the full up-to-date streaming schedule showing in your local time zone in both Discord and Twitch. So if you live in Galatea, and you're like, yeah, but what time is 6 p.m. in Hungary? I don't live there. Do not worry. Just go to Discord or Twitch. Another reason to join the Discord. And it's going to show in your local time zone. And follow the gaming channel. I have a gaming channel because, of course, I have a gaming channel. I'm on YouTube. What else could I possibly have? Games are Basterd. That's where I put the gaming after show recordings when they happen. Recorded live in the streams after show. And then the recordings go here. Linked in the description or just search on YouTube. Same username as James R. Basterd. Just swap the J for a G and you got it. And yeah, there you have it. Hiver, Amaryllis. What a beautiful journey that was. Really good stuff, dude. Really good stuff. But yeah, let's move on.